Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the next session of our subject, that is concrete technology, material testing, and its evaluation. In our yesterday session, we have started with carrying out the different tests on this cement. In that, we have completed the fineness test of the cement, then consistency test of the cement, and your initial and final setting time test of the cement. And after that, we have started discussion on the what is meant by the word soundness of the cement, what is its significance. Okay, so let us have some brush up of our yesterday session. What is soundness? Soundness is going to get created in a cement when there is presence of excess lime and magnesia. Okay, whenever there is presence of excess lime content in your given cement, it leads to the soundness. Now, what is soundness? Soundness, it leads to the change in the volume of that particular concrete. Okay, whatever the concrete that we are going to use, okay, for any construction work, with whatever the type of the concrete or whatever the grade of the concrete, we are going to use it. Because of the presence of excess lime, there is change in its volume. Okay, there is change in its volume. My dear students, I request everyone to please mute yourself and listen until you have any questions. Please don't unmute. Okay. So, as we are discussing, if there is excess light, it leads to the change in the volume. Okay. It may shrink or it may expand. Anything is going to happen in that particular concrete due to presence of excess lime. Okay, and that is why we have to find out, is there any unsoundness or in present in that particular given cement? If it is there, yes, we have to determine, and for that we are going to conduct the test. We called it as the soundness test of the cement. Okay, now this part yesterday we have completed. Now for this particular experiment, which instrument we require? For this particular experiment, which instrument we require? For this particular instrument, we require very simple instrument. We called it as Le Chatelier mold. I think you have seen how the Le Chatelier mold is there. Okay, I will draw the diagram for that Le Chatelier mold for your better understanding. Okay, not up to the mark, but I will try to draw it very nicely. Okay, suppose this is your mold. This is the top view that you are going to see. This is the first indicator. This is the second indicator. Okay, in this way, the mold is like this, and there is one opening which has been there. Okay, here is the opening. Okay, इथे अशी opening असते दिलेली. Very small opening. Okay, very small opening. This is the Le Chatelier mold. The dimensions, okay, the dimensions of this indicator, this we called it as याला indicator असं म्हटलं जातं. Okay, these are nothing but your indicators. Okay, this is indicator 1, this is indicator 2. Okay, this is indicator 1, this is indicator 2. The distance between these two indicators from this point to this point, it is 165 mm. How much it is? 165 mm. Okay, the length of that each indicator is 165 mm. This is the particular mold. The diameter of this mold is 3 centimeter. किती असतो? 3 सेंटीमीटर डायमीटर असते आणि त्याची उंची पण 3 सेंटीमीटर असते. आता याचा जर तुम्ही साइड व्ह्यू जर बघायला गेला तर साइड व्ह्यू असा असणार आहे. ठीक आहे, आणि इथे तुमचा तो इंडिकेटर अटॅच केलेला असेल. हा झाला साइड व्ह्यू, हा झाला टॉप व्ह्यू वरतून पाहिल्यानंतर. साइड व्ह्यू, हा डायमीटर किती आहे रे त्याचा? हा डायमीटर आहे 30 mm, दॅट इज 3 सेंटीमीटर. उंची सुद्धा 3 सेंटीमीटर आणि त्याचा डायमीटर सुद्धा किती आहे? हा 3 सेंटीमीटर आहे. ठीक आहे, उंची आणि डायमीटर सेम 30 सेंटीमीटर, सॉरी 30 mm, दॅट इज 3 सेंटीमीटर्स. ओके, आणि हे जे डिस्टन्स आहे फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट टू दिस पॉइंट, हे जे डिस्टन्स आहे इट इज 165 mm. किती आहे ते? 165 mm आहे. ठीक आहे, दिस वी कॉल्ड इट एज इंडिकेटर्स. याला इंडिकेटर असं म्हटलं जातं. व्हॉट यू हॅव टू डू नाउ? ओके, द एक्सपेरिमेंट इज व्हेरी सिम्पल. You have to take around 200 gram of cement. Then you have to add 0.78% of the water that is required for your consistency. Okay, that is 78% of the water that is required for your consistency. Whatever the consistency you are getting, the standard consistency, maybe it is 25%, 26%, 27%. Okay, then 28%, whatever the consistency which you have determined in your consistency test, you have to take 78% of the water that is required for your consistency. Okay, suppose you have taken 400 gram of cement sample. So consistency is suppose 28%. 28 means 112 ml water you require. How much? 112 ml water you require. So maybe 112 ml, 78% of 112 ml you are going to determine, and that much of water you are going to take in that particular sample. Okay, so you are going to take 400 gram, or maybe you are going to take 200 gram of cement. Then you are going to take 78% of the water which is required for consistency test. You are going to prepare the cement mix. What you are going to do? You are going to prepare the cement mix, and then after preparing the cement paste, you are going to fill that mix in the given cement in this particular mold. या मोल्ड मध्ये तुम्ही काय करणार आहात? ते cement mix fill करणार आहात. Okay, after filling the cement mix, before filling the cement mix, make sure you have laid the oil layer in the at the inner side of this particular mold. हा जो काही मोल्ड आहे, ह्या मोल्डच्या आतल्या बाजूला तुम्ही एक ऑइल कव्हरिंग करताय. कशामुळे? कारण ती जी काही सिमेंट पेस्ट आहे ना, ठीक आहे, ती सिमेंट पेस्ट त्या मोल्डला चिटकू नये यासाठी आपण आधी काय करतो, त्यामध्ये इंटरनल बाजूने ऑइल करतोय. ठीक आहे, थोडंसं ऑइल लावत असतो. ठीक आहे. आणि बिफोर प्लेसिंग द सिमेंट पेस्ट इन टू दॅट पर्टिक्युलर मोल्ड, at the bottom you are going to place the glass plate. At the bottom you are going to place the glass plate. ठीक आहे. Then you are going to fill the cement paste. ठीक आहे, मग तुम्ही त्याच्यामध्ये सिमेंट पेस्ट फिल करणार आहात. ठीक आहे, सिमेंट पेस्ट फिल केल्यानंतर आधी हे जे इंडिकेटर्स आहेत, या इंडिकेटर मधलं तुम्ही डिस्टन्स मेजर करायचं. यू हॅव टू मेजर दिस डिस्टन्स. ओके, फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट टू दिस पॉइंट. At first you have to measure this distance. Let this distance be anything, 10 mm, 12 mm, 15 mm, 20 mm, it may be anything. Okay, जे काय असेल ते डिस्टन्स असू द्या. ठीक आहे, this is your indicator A, this is your indicator B, and you have to measure the distance between A and B. Suppose this distance is suppose 10 mm. Let us assume it is as 10 mm. सुरुवातीला हे किती आहे रे? 10 mm इतकं डिस्टन्स आहे. 10 mm एवढे डिस्टन्स आहे. You have filled the paste. Now what you are going to do, after filling up the paste up to this level, I will use that color of mortar, maybe if I'm having नाही याच्यामध्ये कलर तो. ठीक आहे, let us assume तुम्ही इथे हे पहा, ही सिमेंट पेस्ट you are going to fill it like this. I will use the brush. अशी सिमेंट पेस्ट तुम्ही या मॉर्टर मध्ये फिल केलेली आहे. ठीक आहे, या मॉर्टर मध्ये तुम्ही सिमेंट पेस्ट फिल केलेली आहे. एकच मिनिट, आता परत एकदा फिल. You have filled the cement paste in the given mortar up to this level, top level. After that, what you are going to do, you are going to again cover this glass. You are going to cover with this mold again with the glass plate. Okay, again you are going to keep the glass plate on this particular side, and then you are going to keep one weight. ठीक आहे, इथे तुम्हाला एक वेट ठेवायचं आहे. The weight is of 100 grams. 100 ग्राम वजन असतं. ठीक आहे. Why we are going to keep the weight? Just for keeping whatever if there is excess slime and magnesia, what is going to happen? There will be change in the volume. Okay, and if there is some expansion, that expansion will expel the cement mortar paste out of this mold. Just to avoid that, we are going to keep the two glass plates at the bottom and at the top, and above that you are going to place one weight of 100 gram. Okay, like this you are going to place. Okay, now this whole light chatelier mold, you are going to keep it in one of the any storage tank. Okay, in which you are going to fill the water where the water is there. ठीक आहे, इथे असं पाणी आहे, पाण्यामध्ये तुम्ही हा तुमचा मोल्ड ठेवलेला आहे सगळं. ठीक आहे, हे सगळं वॉटर आहे. ठीक आहे, या वॉटर मध्ये काय करायचं तुम्हाला, तो मोल्ड ठेवायचा आहे. ठीक आहे. Now the temperature of water is around the room temperature, that is around 27 degree. ठीक आहे, Temperature of water is around 27 degree. Okay, this is first distance. After filling up this paste and all that, this is first distance. What you have to do, you have to keep the sample in the water for 24 hours. How much? For 24 hours, you have to keep the sample in the water. Okay. After 24 hours, you have to remove this particular mold, and you have to keep that mold in a boiling water for around 2 to 3 hours. You have to keep the sample in the boiling water for around 2 to 3 hours. Okay. After putting the sample in the water, again, you are going to measure this distance between the two indicators, that is A and B. Suppose that distance is after keeping it in the boiling water, maybe there is a slight expansion. That is why this cavity is been provided here. Okay, त्यामुळे इथे ओपनिंग दिलेली असते बघा. If you are going to see the pointer, हा जो पॉइंट आहे ना, इथे ओपनिंग असते. ठीक आहे, ओपनिंग मुळे काय होतं, that particular two indicators will expand in the outward direction. ठीक आहे, या डायरेक्शन मध्ये, आउटवर्ड डायरेक्शन मध्ये एक्सपांड होतात. जर if there is any presence of excess lime in that given cement, then definitely the distance is going to change. Initially it was 10 mm. Let us, we have assumed, after putting it in the boiling water, after putting the sample, after putting that Leach Atelier mold in the boiling water for 2 to 3 hours, we are again going to measure the distance between the two indicators. Okay, now this distance may be, suppose this distance may be come as suppose 12 mm. Okay, नेक्स्ट स्टेप मध्ये हे डिस्टन्स किती आलेले तुमचं 12 mm आलेले. ठीक आहे, सो व्हॉट इज द टोटल एक्सपान्शन? टोटल एक्सपान्शन इज नथिंग बट 12 minus 10, that is 2 mm. करेक्ट आहे, 2 mm ने त्याचं एक्सपान्शन झालं. करेक्ट आहे. So this is the reading that you are having. This is what you require. You require the distance between the two indicators after boiling. That is the difference between the two indicators after boiling and before boiling. Okay, whatever the difference is there, you have to take it into the account, and that distance should not be more than 10 mm at any cost. If it is less than 10 mm, that means in your cement there is no excess lime or no excess magnesia which is present. Okay, that is cement is good, it is good in condition, there is no presence of excess lime and magnesia, you can use it for your construction work. But if the distance between the two indicator goes on increasing more than 10 mm, that is around 12 mm, 15 mm, 20 mm, that means, or it indicates that there is presence of excess lime and magnesia in your given cement content. Okay, clear? So this is the way to perform this experiment. Have you understood this experiment, how we have done it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
From boys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the way we are going to perform this particular experiment. We have to take the Leach Atelier mold having the dimensions, that is distance between the indicator is 160. The length of each indicator is 165 mm. The diameter of the mold is 30 mm. The height of the mold is again 30 mm, that is 3 centimeters. Okay, what you have to do, you have to take 400 or you have to take 200 gram of cement, anything you can take. Suppose you have taken 400 gram of cement, add water. How much water you are going to add? 78% of the water which is required for your consistency. Whatever the consistency you have to take 78% of the water. Okay, once again repeat, sir. Okay, again I am going to repeat it if you are not getting. Okay, so at first you are going to take the Leach Atelier mold for this experiment. Okay, Leach Atelier mold having the dimensions, height 30 mm, that is 3 centimeter. Then diameter is again 3 centimeter, that is 30 mm, and length of each indicator is 165 mm. ठीक आहे, हे इंडिकेटर्स असतात 165 mm चे. इंडिकेटर म्हणजे जसं दोन तारा जोडलेले असतात त्या मोल्डला. ठीक आहे, अशा पद्धतीने मोल्ड. दिस इज द साइड व्ह्यू, दिस इज द टॉप व्ह्यू आय हॅव शोन. ओके, दिस इज द टॉप व्ह्यू and this is the side view. ठीक है, so this is this particular height is 30 mm, and this particular again diameter. This diameter is again 30 mm. Okay, 30 mm, 30 mm. Height and diameter is same, and the length of each indicator. ही जी length आहे ना, indicator ची length. This length is 165 mm. Okay, this length is 165 mm. Okay. ही जी length दिलेली तर ठीक आहे. So you are going to fill the cement paste. How you are going to prepare the cement paste? You are going to take 400 gram of cement. You are going to add 0.78% of the water, which is required for your consistency. You are going to prepare the cement mix. What is the time to prepare the cement mix? Within 3 minutes, you have to prepare the cement mix. Then you are going to fill that mix in this particular mold. As you can see, I have filled this mold. Now to this mold is having small opening at the center. Okay, this mold is having the small opening at the center at this particular position. Just see the pointer which I'm scrolling. Okay, now what happens? You are going to keep this mold in a water which is at room temperature. You have to keep this water. You have to keep this your mold after filling up the cement paste in the mold. But before filling, make sure you have attached the glass plate at the bottom. You have filled the cement paste. Then you have again placed the glass plate at the top side. You have placed one weight on that particular glass plate. And this mold, this prepared mold, you are going to keep it in the water sample. The room temperature you have to maintain, that is normal room temperature, around 27 degrees centigrade. Okay, you have to keep this mold in a water for 24 hours. How much? For 24 hours. Okay, so when you are going to place this water, when you are going to place this mold in the water, you are going to measure the distance between the two indicators. Dear students, there are two indicators which are been there to this particular Leach Atelier mode. हा पहिला इंडिकेटर इथून असा असतो, दुसरा इंडिकेटर असा असतो. दिस इज द टॉप व्ह्यू, म्हणजे वरतून पाहिल्यानंतर तुम्हाला असं दिसेल. ठीक आहे, आणि हिअर यू आर गोइंग टू फिल दॅट पर्टिक्युलर युअर सिमेंट पेस्ट. ठीक आहे, इथे सिमेंट पेस्ट आहे, हा पहिला इंडिकेटर आहे. ठीक आहे, आणि तो दुसरा इंडिकेटर आहे. ठीक आहे, हा दिस इज युअर फर्स्ट इंडिकेटर, दिस इज युअर सेकंड इंडिकेटर. You have filled the cement paste over here. Okay, now once you are going to place the cement, this particular mold in the water, you are going to measure the distance between the two indicators. Suppose this is A indicator, this is B indicator. You have measured this distance using scale only, using scale, normal scale. Suppose the distance is 10 mm. Let us assume at the first. Then you are going to keep this particular sample in the water. Already you have kept the sample in the water for 24 hours. Again, you are going to remove the sample from the water, and then you are going to keep the sample in a boiling water for around 2 to 3 hours. In a boiling water for around 2 to 3 hours. After keeping it in the boiling water for around 2 to 3 hours, again you are going to measure the distance between the indicators, that is indicator A and indicator B. Suppose that distance is 12 mm. Previously it was 10, but now it is 12 mm. So what is going to happen when you have kept that your sample in the boiling water? The expansion was happened because of that indicator get expanded, and that is why the next distance is around 12 mm. So you are going to measure the difference between the indicators before placing, after boiling and before boiling. Okay, after boiling it was 12 mm, before boiling it was 10 mm. So what is the difference? It is 2 mm. Okay, so this will give you the idea about the soundness which has been present in the cement. If your answer is more than 10 mm, that means it's an unsound cement. That means there is presence of excess lime and magnesia in that cement content. But if the distance is remain less than 10 mm, that means your cement contains whatever the exact amount of your lime and magnesia. There is no excess lime and magnesia. So that cement you can use it for your construction work. Okay. My slide is visible. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the diagram that I have shown to you, whether it is visible for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because
sir.
one student has sent me message that my slide is not visible. I think it is problem at your end, sir. Ganesh. Okay, so you are going to measure the difference between the two indicators after boiling and before boiling, and this difference should not be more than 10 mm at any cost. Okay, if it is more than 10 mm, it indicates there is presence of excess lime and magnesium. Now it is clear, Kikan? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Chalo, thank you. Now I will erase this part also. Before erasing, I will save it as a PDF. Now I'm going to erase it. So this is the next test, that is soundness test of the given cement. Okay. It gives us idea about the presence of excess lime and magnesium. Okay. This is the procedure which is given. As I told you, the internal diameter is 30 mm and the height of mold is 30 mm. Okay. The distance between the two indicators. Okay. As I told you, the distance between the two indicators is 165 mm. You can see it in this presentation. Okay. The procedure already I have discussed with you. The distance expansion you have to measure, that is the measurement taken after 24 hours of immersion in the water and the measurement taken after 3 hours of immersion in the water at boiling temperature. So B minus A, you will get the particular expansion, and this expansion conclusion, it should not be more than 10 mm for your OPC. Okay. If it is more than 10 mm, that means there is excess lime which is present in your cement, which cause expansion of the cement. Okay, lime is responsible for causing expansion if there is excess lime. Clear, eh? This experiment, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Precautions. Okay, no need to discuss. Actually, at the time of placing it in the boiling water, you have to take care. Okay, you will not get any kind of heal. Okay, any kind of pain during the keeping it in the boiling water. You can use that gloves, temperature resisting gloves. Okay, which can resist the temperature. To maybe 70, 80, 100, 150 degrees centigrade. Okay. Now, next part or the next thing is next test, which is very important as far as our cement is considered. We called it as the strength of cement. Okay. We called it as the strength of cement. Now, what are the different, what is your idea about this word strength? Can you define this word? How can you define? Strength is what?
How that it is workable.
No, not workable.
Capacity of carry load.
Yes, strength is
Capacity.
nothing but capacity to sustain the load which is acting. Okay, how much load it can sustain? Okay. Okay. So on building, as you know, there are different types of loading which is acting. Maybe the dive load, dead load, live load, impact load, wind load. I think you have studied this part in your design of steel structure, DOS in diploma, correct? IS 800 2007 and IS 875 2000, something that 1975, that older version you are using. Okay, so you know what kind of load is acting on a building, on a structure, correct? So it may be the dead load. It may be the dead load is what? Can you give the best example of the dead load?
Self load, sir.
Yes, self weight of your building. Okay, then live load.
Plus
If you are
human
standing
hours.
on the building and you are having weight of around 70 kg, so self weight of the building plus your load. Okay, your load is considered as the live load. Next, wind load, you can impact load. Again, if you are going to hammer something, some load is there and it has been acted upon on that particular structure. Okay, impact load. So basically strength we are going to measure as far as our cement is considered. For calculating the strength, the most important part is the characteristic strength we are going to calculate, that is compressive strength we are going to calculate, tensile and flexural strength. Okay, now for compressive strength is the most common strength test, as we are going to perform it on the cement. Okay, now how we are going to calculate the compressive strength of cement? That is the first part which we are going to discuss. Why we are going to carry out compressive strength? I have asked you one question in the first lecture. As we know that our concrete is strong in compression, but it is very weak in tension. Okay, so to impart the tensile strength, we are using the reinforcements, correct? So we can carry out the flexural strength of that concrete using the beam. If you are going to cast the beam, you can conduct the flexural test. Okay, but the most important for us is to know the compressive strength also. Okay, so how to calculate the compressive strength of a given cement mortar? Not only the cement, but the cement mortar. How to calculate it? Anyone can give me the idea?
सिमेंट का सर
Hmm?
सिमेंटचा कॉम्प्रेसिव्ह स्ट्रेंथ का सर
सिमेंटची कॉम्प्रेसिव्ह स्ट्रेंथ कशी कॅल्क्युलेट करतो?
सिमेंटची कॉम्प्रेसिव्ह स्ट्रेंथ सर पहिला त्याच्यामध्ये वॉटर आणि सिमेंट हे मिक्स केलेलं असतो सर
हम्म.
एका ट्रे मध्ये वॉटर मिक्स केले म्हणून त्याच्यामध्ये एक 7 to 7 एमएमचं एक डायमीटर हे असतं सर क्यूब त्या क्यूब मध्ये 7 days पर्यंत क्युरिंग करंट आहे सर 7 days 21 days 28 days झाल्यानंतर त्याचे स्ट्रेंथ घ्यायचं सर स्ट्रेंथ घेऊन आणि तीनच हे करून सर नंतर त्याचं हे कळते सर
काय येतं त्याचं?
स्ट्रेंथ कळते सर लास्टला
जस्ट अ मिनिट. Sorry for the disturbance. So you are going to prepare the cement mortar paste. You are going to fill it in one of the mold, and then you are going to cure that mold for 7 days, 28 days. That is the correct procedure which we need to follow to find out the compressive strength. Okay, basically how we are going to find out the strength? The strength is nothing but the ratio of the load which is acting on your particular material, whatever it may be the mold, it may be the cube, concrete cube, or it may be your reinforcement, whatever. So the load which is acting divided by the area, that will give you the strength for that particular cement mortar. Okay, load divided by area. Now we are going to start how to conduct this procedure. Okay, how we are going to determine the strength of that particular cement mortar. Okay, how we are going to conduct it? Let us have the discussion. So at first, we are going to take quantity of cement for it may be 10, it may be 5 kg, it may be 2 kg, it may be 3 kg. After taking the cement, you are going to measure the water. You are going to measure the water. But how much water you are going to take? Any idea? जसं आपण सेटिंग टाइम मध्ये 85% ऑफ कन्सिस्टन्सी घेतलाय, आपण साऊंडनेस मध्ये 70% ऑफ कन्सिस्टन्सी घेतोय, तसं आपण कॉम्प्रेसिव्ह स्ट्रेंथ फाइंड आउट करण्यासाठी हाऊ मच क्वांटिटी ऑफ वॉटर आर वी गोइंग टू टेक? एनी आयडिया? डू यू हॅव? How much quantity of your water we are going to take?
0.35.
See, basic formula is Pn by 4 multiplied by weight of cement plus weight of whatever the water divided by the total weight. Okay, so that formula we are going to use to determine this content of the cement. Basically for around how much? Around 4 to 5 kg for any quantity. Generally, we are going to fill 9 cubes. Okay, so by using that formula, okay, Pn by 4 plus weight of the cement plus water which you are going to take divided by the total weight, you are going to determine the content of the water. And after determining the content of the water, you are going to take that water in our actual mix, in preparing that mix. So you are going to take some quantity of the cement, you are going to take the water which you have measured using the formula, and then you are going to prepare the mix. After preparing the mix, you are going to fill that mix in a cube of 7 by 7 size, 7.07 by 7.07 by 7.07. Okay, that is the standard size of that cube, 7.07 centimeters. Huh? Okay, so 7.07 centimeter multiplied by 7.07 multiplied by 7.07. L, B, and D, length, width, and depth. Okay, so that is the size of the cube which we have to use in case of finding out the strength of cement mortar. Okay, so after filling up, you are going to compact it in the vibrating table. If you want to compact it, you are going to fill it, and then you are going to cure it for 3 days, 7 days, and 28 days. After curing, you are going to test that cube, small cube, in your compression testing machine, that is in CTM, and then you are going to identify how much load it is going to take. So load divided by the area on which it is acted, that load is acting, that will give you the compressive strength. Okay, that will give you the compressive strength. Load divided by the area on which the load is acting. Suppose the load is 100 kilonewton and the area of the cube is 4900, that is 70 mm by 70 mm. Suppose centimeter to mm I have taken it. Okay, so 70 multiplied by 70, that is 4900. Okay, and load you can take it in kilonewton or you can take it in Newton also. Suppose it's 1000 Newton load is being there. So 1000 divided by 4900, just do it, you will get the compressive strength in Newton per mm square. So this is one example of finding out how to find out the compressive strength of a given cement mortar. Okay, understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All these experiments we are going to conduct in the lab also. Okay, now next thing is specific gravity. Okay, so before moving towards specific gravity, can you define what is specific gravity? What is the definition of the word specific gravity?
Density of water to density of standard fluid. Water, sorry.
Density of water to density of water.
Standard.
Maybe you want to say density of material to the density of water. Correct? In general, we are having the practice, how the way we are defining it. Okay, so specific gravity in case of our construction sector, in case of cement, it is nothing but the ratio of the density of that substance, that is your cement, to the density of the reference substance. What is the reference substance? Basically our water. In daily life, we are using that definition. Just a minute, dear students. Sorry for the disturbance. So specific gravity is nothing but the weight of the material which is required to the weight of the equal amount of water which is required. Okay, in basic in daily life we are using this definition. So the same definition is applicable to cement also. So the weight of the cement to the weight of the equal amount of water which is required. So the specific gravity we are going to determine. Okay, basically this test is mandatory in case of this whenever you are going to start your new project, because for OPC and for PPC the specific gravity is going to change little bit to the very small extent, though as per our knowledge the specific gravity of cement always lies as always a bit taken as 3.15. Okay, 3.15, but it is not always 3.15. Okay, for PPC it is going to vary little bit, for OPC it is going to vary little bit. Okay, do you know the specific gravity of PPC generally? See, specific gravity of PPC is always lies between 2.95 to around 3. Okay, whatever the cement that they are using. Okay, around 2.9 to 3. Okay, 2.95 generally around for PPC. While for OPC it is taken as 3.15. Okay. Now we have to use how we are going to determine the specific gravity of a cement, particular cement. So for determining the specific gravity of the cement, we have to use the specific gravity bottle or Le Chatelier flask of 250 ml. It is again there in our lab. I will show you how we are going to determine the specific gravity. And we require the kerosene, then OPC, that is ordinary Portland cement, or PPC, anything, any type of cement you can take, and weighing balance. Okay, so this is the specific gravity bottle. I think you have seen it previously also at your institute. Okay, this is the specific gravity bottle. Okay, त्याला specific gravity bottle असं म्हटलं जातं. Okay, now how to perform this experiment? What is the procedure? Okay, only 4 steps we have to follow. What is the first step? The flask should be free from the liquid. That means it is fully dry. Weigh the empty weight of the flask, which is W1. So whatever the flask we are having, we are going to weight it. Empty weight of flask is W1. Then next, fill the cement to the bottle up to the half of the flask, around 50 gram, and weigh its weight. Okay, with its stopper, that is your W2. So whatever the specific gravity bottle, we have to fill the cement up to this any level, half level, up to this point maybe, and then you are going to attach the stopper and you are going to weigh down that weight of that particular specific gravity bottle. Then add kerosene to the cement up to the top of the bottle. ठीक आहे, आधी हाफ फिल करायचा आहे विथ द सिमेंट, आणि यानंतर सपोज इथपर्यंत तुम्ही सिमेंट फिल केलंय.
सर स्लाइड चेंज करत
नाही कसं?
या स्लाइड इज चेंजिंग.
युनिट 1 ची
Slide change होत नाही.
आमची सर चेंज झाली.
युनिट 1 चं नाव आहे फक्त.
No, are you not able to see the slide?
नो सर.
No, sir.
सर
Slide is not visible.
नाही.
विजिबल आहे सर, चेंज झालं नाही स्लाइड. युनिट 1 आणि इन्ग्रेडियंट्स ऑफ कॉन्क्रीट तेवढंच आहे, चेंज झालं नाही.
Yes, sir.
हा स्टार्टिंग पासून हेच आहे.
No, I told you, whether it is visible or not.
फर्स्ट चॅप्टरचं नाव दिसतं सर फक्त.
Now it is visible.
येस
Yes,
सर.
Yes, sir.
That is why I asked you, my dear students, whether my screen is visible, whether the slides are moving or not. No, you tell me, no, sir, it is going, it is fine. We are the screen is visible to us. I asked you, whether my slides are visible or not. One student has asked me a question, sir, slides are not changed, and you told me, no, sir, it is visible. Be on alert mode, whether slides are running and whether it is going. I think previously, have you seen the diagram and all the things which I have drawn?
No, sir.
No, sir.
नो सर.
ठीक है, चलो, let it be. only one diagram I have drawn, that is of Lee-Chatelier mode. Other part is descriptive, theory part is there. Okay, now it is visible. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
sir.
okay. So what we are going to do at first, we have taken the empty weight of this specific gravity bottle. Okay. At first, we have taken the empty weight of this specific gravity bottle. After that, we have filled the specific gravity bottle up to the half height, suppose up to this point, with the cement. With the cement. Okay. Then we have taken the weight of the specific gravity bottle with half filled cement. Okay. That is your W2. Then in the third case, we have filled the remaining part with the kerosene. We have filled the remaining part with the kerosene. Okay, that is your third weight that we have taken. After taking the third weight, let's have discuss the next point. Add kerosene to the cement up to the top of the bottle, that is nothing but up to the top level. Mix well to remove the air bubbles in it, and weigh the flask with the cement and kerosene, that is your W3. Okay, now again empty the flask and fill the bottle with kerosene up to the top, that is nothing but your W4. Okay, the same way as we are using the specific gravity in our this also, determining the specific gravity of the sand. Pycnometer, by using pycnometer now we are going to take 4 weights. Likewise, we are going to take the 4 weights in specific gravity bottle. At first empty weight of bottle, then partially filled weight of your specific gravity bottle, that is with the cement. Third weight of specific gravity bottle plus cement, plus you are going to add the kerosene. And fourth weight is nothing but weight of specific gravity bottle and only kerosene. Okay, so only 4 weights you have to take: W1, W2, W3, W4, as you can see on the screen. Okay, now it is visible na screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So after taking these 4 weights, you have to use this formula: W2 by W1, W2 minus W1 divided by W2 minus W1 minus W3 minus W4. Okay, or I will again going to tell you any different other formula is also there. So by using this formula, you can determine the specific gravity of the given cement. Okay, and the specific gravity always lies up to 3.15. For PPC, it is from 2.95 or 2.9 to 3.10. And for your OPC, it is in the range of 3.10 to 3.15 always. Okay, always lies. So this is nothing but the simple experiment. The next one, that is specific gravity of the given cement. Okay, now are you getting the all test which we have discussed? So that from our next lecture, we are going to start very important point, that is heat of hydration. Already we have a discussion, that is introductory discussion about this point, but after in our upcoming session, we are going to start discussing this point, that is heat of hydration. Is there any doubt regarding the today's session? The 2 tests only we have completed, that is soundness test and specific gravity and compressive strength. Also 3 tests we have completed. Any doubt regarding all these 3 tests?
No, sir.
My dear students, please do respond in the chat box, or please.
No, sir.
Okay. From boys?
No, sir.
Anything to repeat, or you have understood all the point? If it is there, then I think it's 1:45 in the clock. So we have to stop here at this particular moment. So I will take the attendance, just a minute, very quickly. So if there are no further any doubts, I will stop here for this particular moment. Thank you everyone for attending the session. Have a great day. Goodbye and take care.